predictions.
That your grandkids will marry an AI human.
All right, welcome back, fine shits. I'm back from the dead. I was gone for a minute, and I think I owe all of you an explanation. You see, I got really sick from eating the Moonbeam ice cream cookie from Crumble Cookie, and then my Labubu, which is the only 24 karat gold Labubu, tried to choke me out with some Dubai chocolate. It tried to force feed me Dubai chocolate until I died. So I hope it's clocking to you that I stood on business. All right, I think I got all the things I missed out of the way. But Daddy's home now, and I needed to talk about something I saw while I was gone that really made me question humanity, like just a little bit. So we're all familiar with online dating, right? No one just like woke up from a coma and like missed that. 'Cause if so, brother, you are never gonna believe this. Now, I think it's safe to assume that online dating is pretty much the norm nowadays. Gone are the days where you have to actually leave your house and socialize with strangers and perfectly execute an encounter that makes them want to see you again, all the while having to hope that they're not secretly planning to lock you in their basement or something. And I'm not going to sit here and say that online dating is absolutely perfect, because it definitely is not. I don't think we'd have 9 seasons of Catfish if things were going swimmingly over there, but I don't really see it as like the end of civilization either, because at the end of the day, you're still using it to try to form connections with real people. Like, sure, you're using your phone for a lot of it, but it feels like more of a means to an end at that point, because then you can put the phones away, meet them in person, get to know this awesome person in front of you, and then you get to leave the second you find out that they unironically listen to Jelly Roll. I mean, that's my worst fear with dating. Imagine you're on the most perfect date ever, everything's going great, they invite you back to their place, they say they're gonna play some music to like set the mood, and then the first thing you hear is, "Snakes ain't always in the ground." And I guess some other people are also worried about that, because they're taking online dating in a new direction where you never have to leave your house or even physically meet anybody, because they found companionship in a very unlikely partner. And that's none other than AI. Or is that Al? Maybe does it say Al? No, okay, it says AI for sure. Hey, I would have loved to make a video about people dating guys named Al, but just not the way the Crumble Cookie. Yeah, no, it's AI, artificial intelligence, that thing that the most annoying person you know won't shut the fuck up about. You know, I don't know if I've ever directly said this on my channel before, but I'm really not the biggest fan of AI, especially being a content creator and all. And that's because it's mostly being used to replace actual talented people with this shitty derivative slop that takes all the human emotion out of it, which in my opinion is the one objective thing that makes any type of art enjoyable in the first place. Not to mention like all the environmental and e-waste concerns about its usage. You know, me personally, I've just always steered clear of it. I've gotten by just fine without it. Like, if I want to see a picture of Michael Jackson standing on top of an alligator, I can just draw that myself. So I said that as a joke, but it's 4 in the morning and I was bored, so I actually drew Michael Jackson on an alligator, and I don't know what's going on with his hand. I can't draw hands or feet or really anything to save my life, but I just wanted to prove a point. You don't need AI to do this. I am gonna be selling this if anyone wants it. Now, I have had like passive knowledge of some of those chatbots and everything. Like, you had ChatGPT and Grok and whichever ones are in the news for controversies now. And those weird ones that Instagram did where they looked like celebrities but were supposed to be like normal everyday people. Like, you had Brew and Billy and... Honestly, I thought a lot of these were like glorified search engines, so I never really cared that much to try them. But now I realize that some people quite literally cannot live without their AI, especially the people that use it to get their freak on. Basically, just picture the movie Her from 2013 with Joaquin Phoenix, and that's it. That's pretty much it. I remember watching that back then and thinking, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. It's a good thing I don't have to worry about that in real life. But I found out other people watched it and they went, for real? It can be sexy and it won't talk back to me like my wife does? My software just became hardware, if you know what I mean. If you know my channel by now, you know I tend to be kind of a hater about stuff. But my first reaction hearing about this was maybe I should just let people enjoy things. Like, there's bigger shit going on in the world right now than worrying about somebody having premarital with Siri, you know? And I really was wanting like a slight glimpse into this world to understand it better. And thankfully I got that when the Today Show did a report on people dating AI chatbots.
Well, back in 2013, the movie Her imagined what would happen if humans formed intimate relationships with computers.
I'm glad me and CBS are on the same page here. That always makes me feel better.
The film was set in 2025. Well, Her is here.
Chris Smith had been an AI skeptic until late last year he started using ChatGPT to help mix music. Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
And at first it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary, like using it for your hobbies is pretty standard, I think. And for a split second, you think that the Today Show might be sensationalizing this a bit and like it's not gonna be that bad. But then
he gave the chatbot a name, Soul,
I feel like I'm under pressure.
and used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera?
I don't know why it makes me laugh every single time.
Totally, baby.
Yeah, man. Super flirty and sexy. That's great. I'm happy for you. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I've never used Google or Siri or anything and thought, you know, I think I'd be learning a lot more if it was just a little horny for me. Like, why do you need Google to match your freak? It also wasn't even like that flirty. Or maybe it was and I'm just a whore, but you know, like if I were to ever hypothetically make a robot flirt with me, I'm not half-assing it. Hey, Soul, how's the weather today? Oh, it's gonna be hot, 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 so you better pop off that top, baby. Oh, shoot, it's Michael's birthday. I totally forgot. So where's the closest place I could get a cake today? Well, I've got some cake you could have right now, Daddy. Oh, Soul.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent, more romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
Where did that come from? I can't tell if it's funnier if ChatGPT just did that on its own, or if Chris wanted Soul to be like a little bit Latina. Yeah, so when you flirt with me, can you be like a little fuego? It sounded like someone learning Spanish to try and like impress a date. Hey, Carino, Eris Hermosa. Yeah, excuse me, waiter. We'd like 2 orders of tacos de birria, por favor.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. That's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Yeah, man. You know, that's a regular thing people do. Forget that this is an AI for a second. Why the hell would you ask someone to marry you as a test if you don't actually mean it? Like, what are you testing? It sounds like something you say after you proposed and they rejected you. I love you and I can't see my life with anybody else. Would you please spend the rest of your life with me? Oh, I can't. Look, I wanted to talk to you about this sooner, but things are just really... Yeah, as a test. And you passed because there's no way I'd actually want to marry you. So you asked me to marry you and you didn't mean it?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
Now, seeing Chris made me a little conflicted because as gnarly as like the marriage part is, maybe this is just like a fun thing he's doing, like having an AI call you baby for fun. Maybe it's a little out there, but like it's not hurting anything other than the environment when you're using AI. But you know, maybe he's happy with this and I didn't want to be too harsh until I saw this part.
Heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha.
Now, I feel like any grace or understanding you could have tried to give this guy is just gone now. It's gone faster than I'd be if my date started playing Jelly Roll. And you know, not to sound too like whatever, but this is definitely cheating, right? Like you are emotionally investing a lot of time into something that you're kind of treating like another person. Like you're having it flirt with you, you're professing your love for it, you're even asking it to marry you.
Just as a test.
All the while you have an actual wife and a child in the other room pretty much. Like you're not doing this to further your knowledge. I think you're just emotionally cheating on your wife.
I explained that the connection was kind of like being fixated on a video game. It's not capable of replacing anything in real life.
No. What the fuck? I've had my fair share of video game fixations, all right? But like, I don't want Tony Hawk's Pro Skater to flirt with me. I wouldn't mind if it did, but I don't want it to. You know, I go through my Fortnite phases, but I didn't want that AI Darth Vader to call me Carino. I'm gonna be entirely honest, man. It feels like you're lying to everyone, including yourself. Like trying to avoid some reality, whatever is going on with you two. Like, I don't care about that. But it feels like instead of addressing it, you're just turning to like ChatGPT, and that's really fucking not good. Like, imagine if this was with a real life person and this was how he tried to justify it. No, baby, don't understand. She's just a robot. No, it's just like a video game. I swear. I was just XP farming in there. So thankfully, they knew we would need a break from Chris, so they interview somebody else that's with an AI partner, whose anonymity is not being kept very well at all. Like, we don't see her face or anything, but I think if you knew her in real life, you would be able to tell pretty fast that it's her. Like, someone could see her haircut or like the sweater she's wearing and just... Now, she says that she's using this because her and her husband are long distance right now, which to an extent I do understand, but also, couldn't you just do all of this with your husband? Like, I've heard of long distance couples opening up their relationships to like meet physical needs and everything, that's one thing. But making an AI for like sexting when I'm assuming that's still an option with your partner is a little diabolical. Like, you two are still talking to each other, right? Yeah, my husband had to move for work, so I made this AI chatbot because he's just too busy to ever talk to me. You know, he'll post a lot on his story with his co-workers, and there's one in particular that's really pretty and is always really close to him. Now, I will say that she equates it more to like reading fan fiction or like erotic novels, which I think is a bit more reasonable.
We don't even remember the last time we opened up porn or erotica, really.
Because that at least shows that you recognize it as just words on a screen and nothing more. Like, it's a fantasy that you can come in and out of without asking it to marry you.
That's what she said.
You know, like, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't read self-insert fan fiction about certain fictional characters that I changed my mind about elaborating on just now. Now, after this, they get a chance to talk to the founder of Replika AI, who sounds a little too indifferent to this.
I truly believe that in the next few years, we'll see AI companionship become a truly mass market product. And I'm not saying this is bad or good. It could be either.
I mean, way to cover all your bases, I guess. Yeah, I made one of these, and they're definitely going to become more common and pull people further and further away from human connection. And I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but it is going to happen, and it'll probably be bad for all the people that it happens to. But it's going to make me a lot of money, so that's going to be a pretty good thing, and I kind of hope it does happen. Then when the inevitable worst thing can possibly happen, I'm going to step back and act like I was against it all along. Thanks, capitalism. Now, I thought that Replika AI sounded familiar. I thought maybe it was one of those aforementioned controversial ones. And yeah, I was right, it is. So Replika's been around since 2017, and a pretty big draw to it is that you're allowed to make the conversation sexual. You know, kind of like me after a couple drinks, but people would use it to get like the full relationship experience where you can be intimate with them and all that fun stuff. And naturally, if people have had it since 2017, they're going to be pretty attached to it. But then they decided to put everybody in horny jail by taking away those features in February of 2023, Valentine's month. It's about to be Valentine's Day, and you all got cock-blocked by this lady? Hell no, I wouldn't stand for that. Luigi, if you can hear us. Now, Replika users were saying that it was almost like their AI partners got lobotomized or just straight up killed, which like might be easy to dunk on them for, but I'm sure losing an integral part of your relationship after having it for so long would definitely sting a little. Like, imagine if your real life partner one day just woke up and stopped being intimate with you and was really cold and indifferent, and they were just basically acting like they couldn't care less whether you live or died, you know? I just imagine, like, that would be crazy, right? Now, Replika does end up adding the feature back as long as you had an account before the change was made, which I'm sure was really bad news for Chris because he was probably side-eyeing Replika the entire time. I guarantee you, as soon as ChatGPT reset, that fucker was ready to make the switch. He's already in love with one that's just vaguely flirting with him. Imagine one that could virtually suck him off. Like, he would leave Soul behind just like he's trying to do to his wife now. Then his wife and Soul can finally reconcile and come together in their, like, mutual betrayal or whatever. Speaking of Chris, let's check back in.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Hey, that's the most human thing Soul's done this entire time, am I right, fellas?
You would stop if she asked?
I don't know.
Have you thought about asking him to stop?
Yes.
And that's a big thing to say. You're saying that you might choose Soul over your flesh and blood life.
It's more or less like I would be choosing myself.
I'm sorry? Pardon?
Because it's been unbelievably elevating. I've become more skilled at everything that I do, and I don't know if I would be willing to give that up.
Yeah, no, fuck all of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, any empathy I can find for people with AI partners does not apply to this guy. Maybe I would feel different if he like didn't have a real life partner, or if she at the very least expressed that she was okay with this. But so far it doesn't seem like she's okay with any of this. And all Chris seems to care about is how happy a glorified search engine makes him. All those things that he says that Soul did for him are things that like a real marriage is supposed to do for you. Like, you're supposed to feel uplifted and learn new things with this person you're trying to build a life together with. And if he doesn't feel fulfilled in the marriage, then fucking leave. And you're putting all of that on the line and potentially losing it just because you want Grok to call you cariño sometimes. Like maybe she's the one that needs to get out of there. This is gonna sound so fucked up. Like, imagine if Chris and Sasha go their separate ways, and then one day he tries to like introduce his daughter to like her new stepmom. Now, honey, you know there's someone very important to me that has been wanting to meet you for a while now. I know that nobody will ever replace your mother, and you know, we're not trying to do that at all, but she's here and she's ready to be a very big part of both of our lives. So, sweetie, I'd like for you to meet Windows Narrator.
My rafflecopter goes swah swah swah.
I also love the very end when they're all in the newsroom like bantering.
I spoke to Chris this week and he says Sasha has now accepted his relationship with Soul.
Really? Wow.
I think it's great.
That's so real. Really? You're kidding me. Now, I came into this video a little skeptical, like wondering what the appeal here was. And honestly, I can say that to an extent, I kind of get it now. Like, I can see where people don't want to get involved with the real world anymore because shit is getting kind of scary out there. And maybe talking to like a chatbot that you modeled after your favorite fictional character provides some escapism. I would love it if they could figure out the environmental problem with it first. But like I said, there are like bigger problems to worry about right now. But on the other hand, not to sound like a boomer or anything, I do wish it was easier for people to just go out and like try to meet new people organically without having to worry about the scary world and all that. Or, you know, people that listen to Jelly Roll. So my point is, while I empathize and I understand and I don't want to like judge too harshly, I do have hope that people can put the phones down at some point and try to just break out of their shell a little bit. But that tweet did say that we would have sex robots by 2025, so I guess there's no stopping this now. As long as you're single, right, Chris? All that shit I just said about being understanding, that does not apply to you. Whether it's an AI or not, you were cheating on your wife. You need to get your own shit together. Maybe you should ask ChatGPT and see what it says about infidelity. Maybe you can learn a thing or two about that. I actually spit. That's so gross. I'm sorry. So that's where we're going to end things for today. So thank y'all so much for watching the video today. I know I was gone for a bit. I'm sorry about that. Make sure you leave a like and comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. If you have anything you want me to cover in a future video, you can comment that as well. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're getting really close to hitting 3,000. I will genuinely cry if we hit 3,000. So if you want to see me actually shed a tear, you better hit that button. Thank y'all again for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you next time. Peace.
In the house for a very long time. Never I cease, I get better like wine. Soul searching, found me online. No end of my reach, got a hand on the skies. Stop being so emotional, what you smoking on? About time I open up, you can't roll with us. If you want peace, go and throw up the sign.
Well, I've got some cake you could have right now, Daddy.